This is a special year because of Sriji's, we are tributing to her. And everyone has got these fabulous, everybody, everywhere we go, we're just talking about her.
Nobody's talking about me?
Yeah, so I'm coming to you. So, Boney ji, you've had such an illustrious career. What in your mind is the role of a producer? Because I'm talking to most actors.
See, there are different kinds of roles, slots of a film producer.
Ji.
It depends how to do or to play the role which he feels would be right for the product. Now, there are producers who sign actors, who sign directors, and they put a setup together, and then it's up to the director to roll and shoot the film. Then there are producers who probably first have a director, then have a writer of the director's choice. They work on a script and then cast the actors according to the script, what has been conceived by the writer and the director. Then there are some producers like me who are indulgent, who get into every nitty-gritty of filmmaking because I've grown, following all the verticals of filmmaking.
Right.
I started my career as an assistant editor. Then I was an assistant director to Shakti Da. After that, I got into production. I was with my father.
Yes.
And while I was with Shakti Da and my father, I used to be a constant piece of furniture in Lakshmikant's music room. And that is how Lakshmiji's son Tinku has been the EP of my film company. In fact, he's a mini producer in my production office.
Well, what was it that as a young person, as a young Boney
I'm still
Kapoor,
young.
as a very young, what would you tell a very young person when you were in your 20s with Shakti Da, with your father? You were a good-looking, tall, handsome person. Didn't you want to be an actor?
Ain't I good-looking and tall and handsome?
Absolutely, and you've come back in 23 as an actor. He's come back as an actor.
Yes.
So, उस time पे आपको क्या लग रहा था कि you always wanted to be a producer?
नहीं देखो अगर सिर्फ प्रोड्यूसर बनने का ख्याल होता तो I wouldn't have assisted Kamlakar Karkhani as an assistant. In fact, I started as an apprentice. I used to cut, those days film were shot on film.
Yes.
And they were cement joints.
Splicer,
Splicer होता था, cement लगाते थे, फिर join करते थे. और आपका test होता था अगर वो movie वाला पे sprockets नहीं फटे, that means you've done your job. You know this first step of film editing.
Correct.
And of course the other things followed. Then I was with Shakti Da and I was brimming with ideas like any youngsters. I had my own views on filmmaking. I had my own ideas in my mind. Some have taken shape in form of films. Some have still remained with me.
Were you watching a lot of cinema then? Were you reading a lot?
Yes, I was watching. In fact, I was a major cinema buff. I was a big cinema buff. I remember when I used to go abroad, in Leicester Square there are about 10, 12 screens, cinema theatres. And I used to choose a weekend to see all the 7, 8 films running in all those theatres, starting from 9:30, 10 in the morning till about 4 in the morning.
Oh, passion, total passion.
Madness. Passion है, passion को cross कर जाए तो madness हो जाती है.
So, in all these years, were you at any point, did you feel in your life there's something very, very beautiful, this is a great time for cinema, and currently are you uneasy about something that this is not working?
No, nothing. I was the same then and I'm same now.
Do you feel uneasy about any trend now, the new thing, OTT, AI?
You see,
anything?
you've got to grow with times and I
Okay.
have tried to do that. I didn't find faults with the cinema earlier and I don't find the fault with any kind of cinema today.
I'm not fault. I mean to say, is there anything else happening in the movement of cinema?
See, everything moves according to the trend.
Ji.
Cinema is a reflection of society.
Ji.
And sometimes people interpret it the other way. Case.
Art reflects life, life reflects art, whatever. Ji.
But I feel it just shows on screen what the trend is or what the forthcoming trend would be. Sometimes, we have films and subjects which don't click at the time when it releases. Films like Mera Naam Joker, Lame, there are quite a few films which were very
Ahead
well
of
made,
its time
which
and
were
all
very
that.
well made, appreciated by the media and the critics, but somehow it didn't find favor at the box office.
Right.
And today, I have for sure in my mind that those films, had they been made in today's times, they would have been received better at the box office.
So do you think this fear of the OTT and AI and everything is going to
No, all
grow
these
into your,
all these things
as a
only,
producer?
all these things only contribute to the film making. You know, the culture has changed in a manner where the filmmaker, the director, the actors, they have got many options now.
Right.
Like we have a spate of good actors, thanks to so many platforms.
Right.
First it was just, earlier days it was just theatre.
Right.
Then came cinema. Then came television. And now it's OTT.
Right.
Maybe in future we'll have something else too. So we've got to keep
there's no worry about everybody has its own space.
And at the same time, this is only adding value to the creativity that you have in mind, or what you want to shoot or what you want to make.
Okay, I'll ask you another quick question. What is, I asked Jayaji also, what is your definition of a good life? What do you think is a good life?
Well, my interpretation of good life is a happy family life.
Ji.
The parents, beginning from the parents to the wife, the children, and maybe grandchildren, all together,
Wow.
all together leading a happy life. And that makes the life good. That certainly would make the life good.
So in your life, this is what you have also, like a lot of
Yes, I have worked on
artists
it. I
here,
have
you
worked on it.
Wow.
And somehow it has, most of it has been inherent in me. My basic instincts are protective towards the loved ones. So this remains, and sometimes down the journey you lose a big chunk of your heart, but you still have to cope up with things. I lost my father, I lost my wife. But you've got to just accept things and move on. This should not deprive your children or your other family members of the person you are or you were. Continue to make them happy, and that will make you happy.
Wow, that is so beautiful.